So I'm wearing these sunglasses with the cameras in the frames here, and of course my finger guns, to show that this is a spy movie. I'm really running out of props for these reviews. So Steven Soderbergh is back after only a month coming off of his Ghost Story release Presence, and he's working on another film right now called The Christophers. This guy is a movie-making machine with amazing hits like Ocean's 11, Aaron Brockovich, and wild off-the-grid films like Bubble and Unsane. This is a director that is so diverse in his project choices that he is, to quote Forrest Gump, like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
And I actually love that about Soderbergh. He takes a lot of risks, and they usually pay off. Even if no one really sees whatever he makes, usually his films are worth a watch. And that's the case with Black Bag. Black Bag stars the incredible Michael Fassbender as George, an intelligence agent who is charged with finding the rat in his department. He has a list of names that also include his wife Catherine, played by Cate Blanchett, who also works for the same agency and is his prime suspect. Being in a marriage with secrets from each other is a huge part of what this movie is, and anytime they need to keep secrets from each other and one asks the other a question that they have to lie about, they respond with Black Bag to keep from blatantly lying to each other, but also giving them that freedom to keep truths from each other. Ultimately, the question George is faced with is, who do you commit your loyalty to? Your country or your marriage? And can you keep things secret in your marriage and have a successful one? There is a lot to like about this film, and there are a few things I thought could have been a little bit better. But first, can I just take a second to appreciate that they brought back the poltergeist spot in this movie? I don't know why, but I love this look for this film. It looks so classy. So first off, the film looks spectacular. The color balance they used for this film is so impressive. The blues, the browns, the oranges, the teals and grays, lots of warm, sophisticated colors that feel very rich, and again, sophisticated. And I'm probably going to be using that word a lot for this movie. Along with the set design and lighting, it makes for a beautiful looking film. The lights have a certain glow about them you get from like Pro Mist filters, which are filters that you put on your lenses to spread out and soften the light. The cinematography looks absolutely fantastic. They utilize these beautiful wide shots, especially when there are two people in the scene talking together and one is trying to get information out of the other. And they're utilizing this space to make it feel open, recognizing this deceit that's possibly going on between the two of them. And I just realized that I'm probably watching too much of Traitors because I'm really enjoying this too much.
Things are about to get murderous. But only metaphorically, I hope.
The film starts with a very nice continuous shot that isn't over the top or showy, but still looks really sophisticated. And it starts the film off on the right track. There's some great choices made in the cinematography that works with the story and pushes the intrigue and confusion that a spy thriller needs. Michael Fassbender is fun to watch as George Woodhouse. Even the names of the characters are classy in this film. George Woodhouse, Catherine St. John. George is very emotionless and direct, which makes Fassbender perfect for this role because it sort of feels like he's David from Prometheus, but in a different way.
The trick, William Potter, is not minding that it hurts.
His character is kind of a contradiction between cold and emotionless to his passionate adoration and love for his wife, which you see pain in his face when he looks at his wife wondering if she is the traitor. Again, the traitors.
If you feel my touch on your shoulder, then you are a traitor.
There's one amazing scene where he invites his suspects to his home for dinner and drugs them with a sort of truth serum and has them play a game where they have to make resolutions for the person on the right. And honestly, this scene could have been the whole movie. I thought that it was incredibly well written, cold, calculating, and just absolutely incredible to watch. There's also an amazing 6-minute long lie detector interrogation scene that was fun and very well written. The way the editor cuts between each person, brilliantly done, cutting between the serious and the comedy brought on by one of the suspects, Clarissa DeBow, who's beautifully played by Marissa Avella, gives the scene a back and forth of light and dark that the scene needed to keep it going and not get boring for those 6 minutes. Of course, Cate Blanchett plays Catherine very classy and casual and sort of aloof, keeping you questioning her loyalty to her husband and her country. Watching her move from one scene to another was almost like a beautiful, sophisticated sway or dance. One move connecting to another, keeping time to the musical score. And for that matter, the music in this film is beautiful. It has the sense of jazz to it with lots of stand-up bass guitar at times, chimes and cymbals that really let you know that yes, this is a sexy spy thriller. You are in the right place. For the short time that Pierce Brosnan is on film, I enjoyed seeing him, but it was really short for me. I sort of pictured him as James Bond again, but running things now at his age at MI6. He's gruff and a little hard, but very classy and very Pierce Brosnan. I enjoyed the twists and turns in this movie for the most part. There is a scene where George and Catherine are at a movie that he thinks she's already seen because he finds a ticket stub of the movie in her purse. And even though she claims she hasn't seen the film before, he looks over and watches her reaction to the film to see if there is any reaction to her being scared or some of the exciting scenes that she would react to like she would for the first time. It's a really great short scene, but at the same time, the way he stares at her makes it look a little too obvious that he is indeed looking for a response from her. And maybe that was just for the audience, I don't know, but it was a little weird for me. At the end of the film, when it all comes together, there is another great fantastic dinner scene, sort of where George invites his colleagues again to play another game, which leads to some major last revelations in the film. But the twist here, I didn't really care about. It wasn't shocking or surprising to me, really. I mean, it was, but it wasn't, I can't really explain it. Even though I really enjoyed the scene, the end to it all was a little lackluster for me. The film is a spy thriller for sure, but I think the main theme here is really marriage and trust and living with someone you may not really know as well as you thought you did. How much transparency should a marriage actually have, and is it okay to have things that you both agree you should keep from each other? The film deserves a deeper dive, and I'm probably going to give the film another watch. It is a fun, sort of sophisticated watch that, unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people will see. Sort of like Soderbergh's last film, still in a few theaters, Presence, which just released also on digital. Black Bag is a beautifully shot film by an amazing seasoned director who knows what he's doing in the kitchen. It's a fun ride with twists and turns, and it can get a little complicated and confusing at times, but just go with it. It's part of the fun. Even though the end table scene is absolutely fantastic, the reveal is a little short-handed in my opinion, but all in all, Black Book is a 4 out of 5 stars in my opinion. It is rated R for mostly strong language and very, very mild sexual references. Let me know what you thought. Are you planning on seeing Black Bag this weekend? Have you seen it already? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button to keep this channel going if you enjoy these reviews. And remember, don't wait till it streams. Let's go to the theater and let's see it together.
If she's in trouble, even of her own making, I will do everything in my power to extricate her. No matter what that means. Understand?
Oh my God, that's so hot.